If you've ever wandered into a Scandinavian home expecting to simply admire their minimalist decor, you may have missed the real show. Their cunningly crafted layouts, designed to convince you that Vikings absolutely invented open-plan living, and possibly IKEA meatballs. First, embrace the open floor plan. Scandinavians believe walls are mostly for keeping out trolls, not for dividing your living room from your kitchen. There's a certain logic here. If you can see your entire home from the front door, you're less likely to lose your socks, or your guests. Should anyone ask, just say the concept is called flow, not lack of doors. Flow is key. It sounds much more sophisticated. Next on the itinerary, sunlight. Scandinavians have approximately 5 hours of daylight per year, so they've become experts at tricking every available ray into the house. That's why windows are alarmingly large, sometimes seemingly responsible for holding up the roof. Forget curtains, unless they're sheer enough to double as mosquito nets that don't work. You want your neighbor Lars to wave at you from across the fjord as you eat breakfast cereal by the window at 2 p.m. Furniture placement is also an art, one that involves geometry and, occasionally, a compass. There's a mystical rule that every sofa must face either a fireplace or the aforementioned wall-to-wall windows. Chairs, meanwhile, must be grouped in odd numbers, ideally 3, positioned at precisely awkward angles to spark meaningful discussion about cloud formations or recycled wood. Speaking of wood, it is not merely a building material but a way of life. If your floor, table, and ceiling are not made from trees you personally thanked, you're not doing Scandinavian design correctly. Birch, oak, and occasionally an honorary pine are all welcome. Plastic is for your cousin Pool in Oslo, and no one visits him for a reason. And don't overlook the hidden storage. Scandinavian houses are a bit like IKEA wardrobes. Open a random panel and you may fall into a Narnia of practical shelves, baskets, and baskets inside baskets. If Scandinavia had a national sport, it would be organizing mittens. Above all, remember the rule of Lagom, not too much, not too little, about as much as you need but with impeccable taste. Scandinavian layout strategy is less about showing off, and more about ensuring that every book, blanket, or cheese grater has a place to call home, preferably within one arm's reach of a cozy throw and a tea light candle. So there you have it. Follow these strategies and your home will not just look Scandinavian, it will trick your friends into thinking you descend from a long line of design-forward Vikings. Just remember, if your guests start building a sauna in your backyard, you've gone too far.